Yo, I gotta say, the Donatello for the first TMNT movie was instant classic. What's happening, people? It's your boy Blaze here, back at you with another one for Venomous reactions. And I don't know if y'all noticed, but I had to modify the good old setup here at my good old workstation just a tad, just a tad, just from the angle alone. But that's besides the point. But today we finally reached the final four of the TMNT ranking from worst to best for Geektron. Now, y'all got Leonardo, you got Raphael, you got Michelangelo. And it's fitting to finish it off with the brains behind the good old Turtle Power Bunch, Donnie T, aka Donatello. Now, do I have a feeling? Do I have a feeling it's gonna be just like the other three? Maybe, maybe not. But we're gonna find out today. Donatello ranked from worst to best, courtesy of Geektron. Let's get into it.
The brains of the Ninja Turtle team, Donatello has many
I said
different
it.
adaptations throughout the years. From the Mirage comics all the way to the rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I'm gonna rank each
Facts.
adaptation from worst to best. And remember, this is my opinion, so let me know how you rank them on the comments below. What up, Geektron here, and if you love the Turtles and 90s and early 2000 related, consider subscribing.
Already subscribed, man. If you love his rankings, man, go check him out. He does not miss.
Coming that last to me is Christmas Donatello. The worst thing to
I knew
probably
it.
ever happen to the Ninja Turtle was this Christmas special, and Donatello was horrible. Coming up next, Rockstar Donatello. And coming out of the shell tore another terrible adaptation on Donatello. Instead of being a genius and making stuff, he was rocking out with his brothers.
Man, I knew that these two would be at the lowest of the total pole when it comes to the ranking. Like, come on now. The Christmas special, I've never seen it, and I'm thankful I didn't because those designs look horrible, and the voices didn't even make it any better. But the Rockstar one, uh, no comment on that.
Where's your mecha
Of
spinal
course,
thermostat?
of course, next
The meaning of
mutation.
it.
Why am I not surprised?
Actually, I was about to ask you the same thing, dude.
Coming up next, the next mutation. This version of Donatello was horrible. He kept whining and arguing with Venus, and the design was cheap. The show was just a money grab.
Try.
A desperate money grab at that.
Stop! It's not that. It's Booty Shaker 9000. Capital B and 3 Y's in booty. What? You know I love to dance.
Next on our list, the rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This version of Donatello wasn't that bad. He was alright, but his design wasn't there for me.
Sir.
Facts. Like some people say that Rise of TMNT, it did have some golden moments despite the design flaws. But but I will check it out eventually. But the designs they have to grow on me. Like I just can't jump into the waters and uh, not find myself cringing. Like I don't know what they were thinking with the design concepts, but it is what it is. What's done is done, so I can't even complain about it.
Sir. Did you turn the computer on? Have you plugged it in? Yeah, that would help.
No, I'm not playing hard to get. I'm telling you, sir, it's not a kind of phone line. I'm not your enemy. I'm just Donnie, your friendly IT.
Now we have the 2007 version. This version was alright. We did see Donatello have a tech support job, but to me,
Facts.
he was just in the background. He really didn't do much in the movie. And on top of that, I'm not a big fan of this design.
Allow me to be the
It
past
takes
for
time
once.
to grow on you. It did with me.
Guys, we got a bogey.
Coming up
Oh.
next, the 2014, the Michael Bay version of Donatello. I do say I did like his character, but the design was terrible. Coming up next,
Yeah,
the Mirage.
I'm
What
that
can I
same
say?
way, too.
Dark, gritty, original Donatello.
I've been working on a pan-dimensional portal. Of course, I haven't actually tested it yet. Anybody got any chewing gum?
Coming up next, the 1987. This version of Donatello is a classic. I love the design of this version, and I love all the gadgets he had for the turtles.
Facts. I mean, coming from me, growing up on the 1987 series, I mean, you gotta appreciate the intellect of Donatello. I mean, they capture his intellect so expertly to where, he was like pretty much, I guess you could say, the brains and the techno geek out of the turtles, and his wacky adventures, bro. Boy. Ah, he had some hits and misses with those, so I can't even front.
And before we get to our top 5, here's all the top 5s you guys voted on GeektronPlus.com. Tied at number 4 and 5
I gotta
spots.
check out those
1987 and
votes for real.
IDW version at 8%. Followed by the 1990 movie adaptation at 31%. And tied at number 1, we had the 2003 and 2012 version of Donatello. And here's what one of you guys had to say. By Kobe. I gotta say my favorite is the 2003 version. Some of my favorite episodes, such as Trouble with Aggie and Same as I Never Was, were solo Donatello episodes. Despite him not having too much character development, his consistency as a character went well.
I can understand that
Now,
one.
Ross obviously has plans for the mutagen Your Shredder brought into the city.
Ooze. We call it ooze.
Really? Ugh, I do not like that word. Ooze. Ugh, gross.
I still gotta check out this
And
special
coming
right
in
here.
at number 5, we have Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. This version of Donatello was pretty damn awesome. Watching Donatello geek out over the Batman tech was pretty awesome.
I gotta see it though. Yo, I gotta say, the Donatello for the first TMNT movie was instant classic. But here's Secret of the Ooze. You see him broadcast more humor than he does with his technical side. I mean, don't get me wrong, his technical side was there in Secret of the Ooze, but you get to see him be a little bit more humorous and more freely with his humor. So I can appreciate this version of him. What?
Coming in at number 4, the 1990 Donatello. This Donatello was pretty damn cool. He was smart and he was even a jokester at times. And the
Facts.
design was classic. Except part 3. We don't talk about part 3.
I do it. I do it.
Butt cannons? It has butt cannon?
Coming in at number 3, we had the 2012 version of Donatello. This version was a genius. He created many gadgets for the turtles and he had a major crush on Aproni. The only thing that threw me off was the gap teeth, but it grew on me and I love the design now.
Facts.
Donatello, your battle shell is a marvel of engineering, a true testament to your incredible mechanical skills. And I never want to see it in our home again.
Coming in at number 2, we
Ouch.
have the 2003 version of Donatello. He was a total badass. I love the design. It's probably the best design, to be honest. And this version closely resembled to the Mirage comic version, and I love that about this show.
I think that's the same with all of the turtles in the 2003 series. I mean, they were all like more edgier and more badass than their earlier incarnations. And honestly, I love the 2003 series as well. I mean, it gave it that much more edge, much more, I guess you could say, mature vibe to an extent. So I can love that kind of edge in this one.
And before we get to our number one, this is our honorable mentions.
TMNT Archie. I love it. Turtles takes time and space.
Okay, now this is getting ridiculous.
And coming in at
That I
number
gotta
one
see.
to me, we had the IDW version. This version of
Ooh.
Donatello is amazing, and this version went through a
Good
lot.
choice.
He overcame death, which was pretty tragic, and he was once inside Metal's head. He was called Metal Don, and this version lost his shell, lost his father. What can I say? This version was amazing. It was a complete package. It was definitely the most developed Donatello we ever had. So what you think of my ranking?
Good
Let me know in the
choice.
comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more videos just like this. Thanks.
Oh, most definitely. Man, as always, Geektron never misses when it comes to these rankings. And man, such nostalgia. And I may be a little biased, but I wish the 1987 series version of Donatello was like a slot or two higher on the list, but then again, it's Geektron, so I'm not even gonna front on it. But above all, solid ranking, and I understand his reason as to why. I mean, come on now, IDW Comics version of Donatello, whew, the details of the art is so sweet, and it gave me that sense of nostalgia. And for and if I were to list my favorite incarnations of him, it would be, of course, 1987, 2003, and 2012, and of course the movies in the 90s. And I I could throw in a wild card and say 2007. I mean, just because it's TMNT, and it's and Geektron was right. I mean, in the 2007 movie, CGI movie, he technically didn't do too much in that movie. I mean, he did have a few moments, but let's be honest. I mean, the ones that got most of the action out of that one was Leo and Ralph. I mean, I'm just being honest. But above all, another solid ranking from Geektron. And if y'all want me to check out any of his other rankings, please don't hesitate to leave it down in the comment section down below. And as always, thank y'all for tuning in. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. And as always, don't forget to tell your peoples across the globe. Come kick it with your boy one good time. Like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to share. And you already know with social media, hit your boy up right over yonder. Now this is your boy Blaze here saying Chuck the Deuce. And I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.